I've just been told by Aaron there's a season 4 in the mix.
Oh yeah, we're full on in it, man.
Yeah.
Still delivering season 3, and somehow we're at work on season 4.
So how do you plan on ending season 3? I mean, not exactly, but sort of the themes of.
The way season 3 ends, it just goes right into season 4.
Oh wow!
You know what I'm saying? Like there is no like season end.
Yeah.
This whole, if we're blessed with 12 to 20 to 100 seasons, it's gonna play like one massive season. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like that's just how we do it.
This feels continuous.
But there is definitely a little bit of a special. It's either the last episode or the second to last. That's definitely something we've never done before, which I think it's gonna be received real interesting. It'll be cool.
I'm curious with the audience, along with Robin himself, have been tortured with Starfire for a while.
Yeah.
Will there ever be any sort of happiness for the two of them? You think we'll ever cross that line?
Between Robin and Starfire? Probably not. Probably not.
She's never gonna fall for it.
Yeah, no, she's never gonna fall for it. And Scott and Hendon are very adamant about that as well. You know? Plus, there's just some comedy and
humor.
Yeah, dude, like the dude's trying so hard, like he loves her, and she's super polite. He's like, "No, I'm good, thank you." There's something to that, man. Like that's way more fun to root for the guy to get it than like when he finally does. You're like, where are you gonna go from there, right?
Well, then have her be in love with him, and him not, and him reject her.
Definitely might be some Bizarro episode like that, for sure. Yeah, that's cool.
And in terms of the audience and how they've related to the material over the seasons, do you find that it's evolved with the show, or
that the audience has evolved
with
this? Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
There's things that I think we couldn't have gotten away with season 1 just because we would have lost the audience. That now that these characters are, a little bit more of a household name and they understand them, they get their personalities, that we could put them in situations that they're like, all right. You're behind it. You get it. And we can just, I don't know if you guys have noticed, but the seasons are just getting weirder. Yeah. Things are getting weird. Yeah, things are getting weird. And it's because we can do it now, we can experiment with the writing and the art.
Is it going to continue to get weirder?
I think so. It just keeps it fun to work on. As the team working on it, you're just always trying to just do some new stuff, right? And see how far you can push it.
Well, there was a line in the Power Puffs crossover where Mojo Jojo says, I got to go to a world where superheroes are absolutely uninterested in catching villains. What was the moment in the show when you realized, because it's been a theme there, they've had Young Justice on, and when did you realize that this iteration of the Teen Titans had no interest in actually being superheroes in the way it's thought of?
From the start, this whole this version of Teen Titans was pitched as what they do when they're not fighting crime, right?
Yeah.
It slowly evolved to just them being like, oh yeah, that's right, there's the crime thing. We are superheroes, we don't just have these like powers, which we actually do poke fun at season 4. So it kind of just, it evolved to it. I don't think like when we first went in there, we really knew that that's where it was going, but it kind of, there's something just funny about just these teenagers in this tower, right? That don't really fight crime and they just hang out. And then we remind the audience how kind of like badass they are. We'll bring in a villain or something.
That's cool. Series 2 is very serious.
Yeah.
Very dark at times.
Yeah.
So then you see these characters just like doing really bizarre things and you can't help but laugh.
Yeah, dude. No, that's super fun, man. It's cool.
I'm curious to hear about your sensibility in terms of humor. Like, what do you find fun? You find like the repetitive sticks throughout the season that's really your thing, or is it more like just new stuff, new situations?
For me, honestly, it's a little bit of both, but if I was going to lean towards one, it'd be the new stuff. Again, just because it's interesting, But there's something hilarious about doing the same joke. like just a little bit further than it should go. You know, you're like, dude, that was funny like 5 minutes ago, but now it's like it's a different type of funny. But new stuff is always fun, man. Just because we get to push it, and when we pitch these episodes, you know, if we get a laugh in the room, no matter what kind of laugh, if it's an awkward laugh or like because it made you feel weird or because it's so bizarre that you're like, what are y'all thinking? That's awesome, you know? No, that's super fun, man, to play with this stuff.
We talked about like being able to do more things as the seasons went on. Has there been things where you tried to get past and they were like, nope, can't do that you really wanted in, and it was denied?
More so now than ever, just because
Pushing the envelope.
well, that and there's way more eyes on the show now, right? So when we started, we were getting away with all sorts of stuff. Like legally, we couldn't today. But like, you know, it's like when you just have 10 viewers to like 1,000. Like lawyers are paying attention now. So. Yeah, no, we can't do a lot of stuff that we were able to do. And if we knew that, we would have jammed everything in season 1. You know what I'm saying?
We wouldn't be talking about season 4.
Exactly. They'd be like, get them off the air. These guys are crazy. But yeah, no, it's been fun, and definitely what's to that too. Like now that we're playing overseas, like they've got their own set of rules, man, and like we have to adhere to that. You know, like what could play like you can't say fart over it. Not that word. You can't say the word fart, right?
Oh, really?
Wow.
I have to say toot.
It's funnier anyway.
I get it. Huh? So then even then we push stuff. We're like, well, what about beef? Can we just say like I beefed? And they don't even know. They're like, yeah, sure, whatever. Just not fart. You can say whatever you want. Just don't say that word.
Wow.
So it's crazy, man. It's crazy.
However, you know, when they've translated like Pokemon over here, there have been episodes that simply could not play because they could not figure out how to Americanize it. Have you seen the same thing reversed, where there are episodes that just not even going to bother overseas because it's so strangely American?
I'm sure. I haven't personally seen them because I don't get to see a lot of the international ones. Like every now and then we'll YouTube something, but we're told from the top. Like, once we pitch the show and it goes to the powers that be, what they're gonna cut. Like they're gonna say, hey man, we can't play this whole 30 seconds right here. And then they'll ask us, do you mind doing a second version? And we politely say no way. Because it's just the schedule doesn't allow for it. It's not that we don't want to. And then they're like, cool, well we're cutting it. And we're like, do whatever you gotta do. Yeah, it's interesting. You think like he's just making a cartoon, right? Like, it's cartoon. I mean, I grew up on like Tom used to pull out a shotgun and shoot at Jerry. You know, like there were axes flying.
And somehow we survived.
I know, right? Never did I watch it. I was like, man, if my brother was around, I would never. So I'm like, man, we're dumbing these things down a little too much for me.